All right, we got everybody here. You guys ready to start?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So just to quickly get into it, we the situation was you guys finally reached Wusad. Town is crawling with IDF, but you guys managed to incapacitate the crew of a tank and steal the tank. I also added the tank to the players folder and gave ownership permission so you guys can add yourself to the crew and control it and stuff. And I think this actually what I'll do, hold on, is delete that one and then put this one. I gotta amp up the size of the token. Image scale date. There we go. So you can add yourself to the crew and just drive it around. So the current situation is all of these guys, the current batch of Israeli guys are dead. So let me just so I'm gonna clear the turn order. And in the meantime, so you guys currently have a tank. What is your next course of action?
Do we have anybody that can drive tank?
I mean, you got Farida, and then if that fails, you got Mike run him over Reynolds.
Yeah, I can drive the tank.
And then leave Reynolds and BMP?
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
guys.
hopefully he can follow. He can just follow, not try to do 6 spins.
He needs to run somebody over.
Yeah. It wouldn't be the grand finale without Mike running people over. Alright,
Well,
so,
no, he's gonna have the Alexander the Great moment when he's gonna weep when he realizes he has no one else to run over anymore.
okay, so.
Now, the question I have is this tank does not have an autoloader, so somebody needs to load, right?
I think it does have an autoloader. I'd have
I
to look
don't know
that up.
anything about this tank.
Merkava's, let me see. Because I don't know if it would have a autoloader IRL. Let's look. Yeah, I'm looking on Wikipedia, and I'm not seeing anything saying about an autoloader. So I guess in that case, it doesn't have an autoloader. So yeah, somebody's going to reload it after every shot.
Now, so we only have one machine gun on top, not two, so the loader doesn't have a gun either?
Let me check that. So yeah, no, there's a pintle mounted GPMG, and then there's a coaxial thing mounted to the cannon.
Oh, okay, so there is two 50 cal. Okay.
Yeah, the one of them is, I don't know if somebody can man the coaxial gun and the cannon, but there are two guns, yes. So, what do you guys do next?
I guess once we figure out who's taking what position in the tanks, do we still have our guys?
You have Hamid and then one other insurgent down all the way here, and then you've got Mike and Carp off to the right.
Yeah, because we could throw an insertion in to be a loader.
Yeah, we probably want to pick everyone up, get all the positions filled best as possible, and then I guess push to freedom and or people who can be run over. I guess they're synonymous in this situation.
So keep in mind also Merkava's actually double as troop transports. The way they're built is that there's actually enough room in the back to where a group of 6 guys could actually ride in the back.
It's fine. At this point, we're so close to freedom that I can almost taste hot leaves on my lips.
Nice.
My goodness, that sort of compromise. Where's that British stuff up our lip? Never, ever accept anything less.
No, we'd love to grumble quietly to ourselves. That's the complaining aloud. That's sacrilege in British upper society.
Where'd Sammy's token go?
I have because I can't see the map. So
Oh,
do you just want to bring everybody over to the vehicles? That way we can figure out where everybody's at.
yeah, you're supposed to be over here.
Yeah, I know. I had to move myself so I could figure out who we still have.
Okay. So I guess if you would say that Mike and Carp would have moved over, then we can bring them over.
Yeah, the BMP go pick them up.
All right, then I'll move the the two insurgents because only two of them are still alive. So also do a little corpse cleanup here. Get rid of these guys.
So we're chucking one of the insurgents in as the loader on the Merkava.
All right. So I guess that'll be Hamid.
And I think so BMP is being driven by Mike. Is Sammy still gunning in the BMP?
Oh no, Sammy's moved up to the tank.
I mean, what's more heavy weapons than a tank cannon other than like an artillery gun?
He might have built an affection for the BMP. You know, I don't want to pull him away from his adopted child to more attractive, better off adoptive child.
The BMP is Mike's adopted child. He's run over so many people with it.
Dude, this is the first time I ever get to play with a tank, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right. So, yeah. In the meantime,
the question is who's got the best agility out of the rest of the players that could actually gun the BMP.
Sea agility is not exactly a great look.
Wait. The British doesn't want to revive and like do his North African campaigns as the tank commander?
Now you say it. Maybe it's time to put the beret on and take the command. Yeah, we'll take the command.
So yeah,
you could be like, time to relive El Abid. This time you will lose, Rommel.
So as this is going on, you've got company. More IDF troops. Oh shit! I didn't mean to remove them from the turn order. So let me just roll these guys. Well, I'll just run them in groups of two. So let me just remove this guy and then this guy. So and I need to make them visible. So yeah, 4 IDF troops show up, and I'm going to be running them in groups of two just for simplifying the process. Oh, all right, they're not visible. That guy's visible and that guy's visible. Okay. I could have sworn I fucking rolled them. What the hell? All right, no, I didn't.
So the gunner's really the loader in this game in a tank because there is no loader position.
Okay. So I guess Sammy's going to be loading it, and then Hamid's just riding in the back.
No, Sammy's the commander, and then there's the loader would be the gunner.
I thought Sammy was going to be the gunner on the tank.
There is no gunner.
The gunner is the commander.
Oh.
And the quote unquote gunner label is for the loader.
That is fucking moronic. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
there's no loader.
Okay, so
So Sammy wants to do the North African campaign
okay,
fantasy.
so
Okay.
Hamid is going to
But
be the quote unquote gunner.
James could be the gunner for the BMP if you want.
That works. James will gunner the BMP. I'll take Sammy off for BMP. Unless we want to chuck unnamed insurgent as the commander to man the RPK.
Didn't we have like a really hot insurgent that kept getting like crits with his guns against people?
Yeah, that was this guy.
Yeah, we'll chuck him on the RPK. I'm sure that's a great idea.
All right.
Yeah, it'll be fine. And then Faraday's driving the Merkaba, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then Mike's driving the BMP.
Yeah.
And then you and Carper are foot soldiers.
Do you really
I
want
think-
Carp to be on foot?
Well, no,
Uh,
they're
Car-
inside the BMP that are reactors.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
Carp.
Carp's in the BMP. Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Okay, so I'm just moving everybody next to there, and James is at the Merkava.
No, gunning the BMP. I'll pop myself over.
Okay,
There we go.
and Farida is driving. So I have everybody. This looks correct. So we're going to start combat. So this guy is going to. I'll just move his token a little bit so they're more consistent. So he is going. This guy has an RPG, and you have to. You have to aim before you fire with a heavy weapon, right?
Correct.
Okay, so he's going to. Which direction is the Merkava and the BMP facing? Were you still facing this way, or did you turn it north?
No, we would face north.
Okay,
That's where we're getting ready to go.
Oh, okay. So in that case, he's going to fire.
We don't have access to the icon.
Oh, to move the icon. Okay, let me change that. Token. Trying to figure out how to give people access to the icon because I dragged the new icon on the map, but oh
I can move the. I can move the. I don't know if that's helpful.
yeah,
Looks
it looks
a
weird,
bit
but it
peculiar,
helps.
but
So okay, so the oh wait, hold on. Did I give everybody access to the BMP or to the Markova? Because I might not have. Let's see. Permissions. Yeah, all players is set to owner. Okay, so this dude fires his RPG. And
We
oh,
didn't get
I got,
we
I
didn't
got.
get a recon roll to spot him.
It was he came around the corner. It was like a surprise sort of thing. Um, it's not a case of like these guys were just like lying in wait. They just came around the corner. So I'm ruling it like a reactionary thing. Okay, so let me just check the modifiers because I haven't done a lot of heavy weapons. Oh, oops. Combat damage. Heavy weapons. Okay. So firing at short range. Okay, so apparently with heavy weapons, there in this case there aren't any modifiers, but he does need to aim, so that's his one action. So he's going to fire. So that would be 6 damage, armor -1, and if it's the front armor, that thing, uh,
It doesn't penetrate.
it doesn't. Does it do any damage?
No, you would have to roll on the do not penetrate
Okay.
list, which I don't think would even. You might take an antenna.
Alright, so component damage, no
They
penetration.
scratch the paint.
You wouldn't even penetrate its side. You would have to hit the rear.
Let's see. So, all right. So Ricochet, do I re-roll it?
No,
Does it?
it's a single roll.
Oh, okay.
Ricochet, it's just bounced off.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. So
If we would have had
He needs to play
external,
more War Thunder.
yeah, if we would have had external people, then they would have had to roll
Right.
COF and all that good stuff.
So in that case, that would be the one guy's turn, and so this other guy in the same hex as him. Did you have Carp and anybody else out on foot?
No, everybody's in
No,
big.
Carp's a passenger in the BMP.
Okay, so nobody is exposed.
No.
Okay, so then this guy, he's just gonna duck into cover. All right, James.
Can the BMP see past the Merc? I assume we'd line up not directly in a line and be able
Yeah,
to
I'll
fire
give you
past
that
each
if you
other.
wanna
So
like angle it like this.
yeah,
I'll just move Mike in the front so we can actually select his token. So if you wanna head,
I'll fire whatever gun it is the BMP has, if I can remember. Fire the autocannon at. So RPG guys duck behind the corner, right? Or is he still
the
there?
rifleman, one of the RPG like anti-tank guys is right here. But
Does
his
anyone
friend is
else?
cover.
Does anyone
You
else
don't
look
want
like?
his other buddy to start shooting, so yeah. Because now you're a target.
You can you can unload with the 50 cal too. I wouldn't use all cannons against people. We don't have that. We don't have the rounds for that.
Oh, less exciting, but perfectly reasonable. Yeah, I'll 50 cal the I'll 50 cal the guy who fired the RPG.
Okay.
Is that the M2HB on
Yep.
the sheet? Guess we have a reasonable amount of 50 cal ammo. Go for 4 rate of fire. And modifiers for
For
what are the
range.
modifiers for?
Well, so heavy weapons. So I know like is a heavy machine gun a ranged or a heavy weapon?
It's a heavy weapon.
Okay, so
No,
heavy weapon.
I mean, it uses a range like just bullets.
Okay, the range rules. Okay, so you said you're aiming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aim. Just
All right, so
yeah.
aim cancels out modifiers. You're at short range. And the BMP is not actively moving, so there's no firing from moving vehicle. So I would say it's like a flat roll. Do you want to push that or leave it as is?
We'll push it.
Okay. Oh,
Nice. How did I roll exactly the same?
oh Lord.
It's good I'm in the backup vehicle. We'll say that.
Well, at least you still have the RPK to fire.
At least I didn't fire the autocannon.
Yes.
So that's James's turn. So Hamid is, I believe, the gunner of the Merkava is basically the loader. Would the loader be able to fire any of the weapons?
Only if he pops himself up.
Oh, okay.
Which at
So
this point, no.
yeah, he's just then going to skip. The insurgent in the back. What gun did you have him on? The top gun, the RPK? Or would you want him to stay in the vehicle? I'm mainly asking this to James if he's the one calling the shots in the BMP.
Stay in the vehicle.
Okay, so he stays in the
Yeah,
vehicle.
staying inside. Staying inside.
Okay.
We're close enough to freedom that want to avoid
Yeah.
people dying as much as possible.
All right, so This guy, so this guy in the front stands aside, and you notice this one wielding a fucking spike. Is there a minimum engagement distance for ATGMs, or is that only for RPGs?
I don't know. You have to. I don't know.
Okay, I will look that up because the one time I've run ATGMs was the guy that you guys like instantly dealt with in the thing. Let me just look in these rules. Anti-tank guided missiles. Okay, all I see is that they strike in the following round. For fire and forget missiles, you roll normally when firing. If you succeed, the missile will hit in the next round unless the target is moved out of extreme range. Okay, so it doesn't say anything about like a minimum engagement.
The problem is you move to that square, right?
Yes, but I did not move in this turn. Like when combat started, he was here.
Okay.
All right, so in that case, he is going to fire. And then let me just check the modifiers. Would he get would he get large target for firing at an armored vehicle?
No, it's designed. It would be the opposite if he tried to shoot at a person.
Right.
It would be harder.
Okay, so yeah, just another flat roll. So if he fires, and all right, so you hear like the missile like lock sound. You see like a blast, like muzzle discharge from a missile, and it'll strike next round. It is targeting the Merkava. So let's see. Oh, I forgot to roll blast for the RPG, but it doesn't matter. So that's the ATGM. I really should have written ATGM. I forgot to do that. But this regular soldier that's beside him, pretty much just like holds his ground. He's not as cowardly as the other one. He thinks he's got an agenda. So Farida.
I think I have to drive away, guys. So, I'm thinking of moving to the right, and then double moving again. Would that get us out of range?
The problem is that it doesn't specify if like missiles ignore cover or not. Like it just all it says is if they get out of extreme, because this thing could basically be like a javelin, where like it flies up and then strikes you from above. I don't necessarily know how spikes work, but I will actually. That's a good point. I will look that up.
I was just looking to get out of its range because it says it misses if I get out into extreme range.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be extreme. ATGMs have like enormous range in this game. So let's see.
Some spikes make a top attack.
Yeah, I
Some
see.
spikes a line of sight.
Yeah, I see that.
Whatever your heart desires.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't specify. So for the sake of drama, I'll say it does a top attack.
All right.
So yeah, like your best bet is to run him over so he can't get another shot off.
Or you could put us in a building, which then the missile has to go through the building's armor before it gets to us, which will degrade the missile's damage.
Yeah, no, that's actually a good idea. This is a tank. I can go through a building.
So the movement speed on that thing. Oh, oops, that's a BMP. Movement speed on the tank. Combat speed is 4. Well, it's 5 if you're on a road, I think, and then 4 if you go off road or like through rough terrain. So you can move 5 hexes with a single drive.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Now the other question I have for Cody is what attribute did you use to shoot that spike?
for a spike, I believe it's if it's like an ATGM, I think it would be heavy weapons.
Heavy weapons, and it depends because you didn't set up the tripod, so you'd be shooting it off of your shoulder, which
Well,
would be the strength.
well,
So we have to make sure you use
his
strength.
strength and agility, like the range combat and agility, and then the strength and heavy weapons, like the attributes are both B, and the skills are both C.
Okay. Okay. Because that one's got the
Well,
tripod,
I know the
which will
picture
let
has a
you do
tripod, but
agility.
that's the only one I could find of the like the
And
best
Tom
one.
and heavy weapons. He knows his thing.
I just want to make sure you use the right attribute for that one because that gun's a option.
Yeah. But in this case, it's shoulder launched.
Okay.
Okay, so you drive into the building. Do you have to make any kind of check to bust through the building? I guess
I would make him do a driver roll,
yeah.
and as long as he doesn't mishap, then. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're doing good today, guys.
Oh,
So now we're stuck on a wall. And he's like, just kill me now, please.
Oh Lord. Okay, so Sammy, this is
Can I have Reynolds back, please?
it's amazing that we get the tank and then we're not even going to use it.
I know.
These guys are real fucking ninjas. That's for.
I know. We should have gotten our, especially if you put them out in the middle of the street.
Oh my God, that's funny. Okay, so Sammy, what do you do?
Where are we?
Let me move you. You are currently here. Like, the fucking Merkava is sort of like partially through the wall, like very moderately. Like Farida wasn't driving fast enough to bust it down. I love that. It's like, can I have Reynolds back? Oh, that's great.
You know, we should have just drove right headlong into that missile because it can't penetrate us.
Oh, what do you mean it can't penetrate?
It has a damage 10.
But it has armor -2.
Oh, -2. Okay, I missed that.
And it also, if it does a top attack, then it uses the rear armor value of the tank.
No, then it would kill us bad. Is it coming down from the top?
Yeah, it's a top attack. Because you see what, like before you took off driving, you see the missile like fire out of the launcher and go up straight into the air. So it's, a fair bet that it's going to strike from above.
Sammy grabs his heavy machine gun and jumps the hell out of the goddamn tank. No joke, because that thing's gonna just look at what's happening in the Ukraine. That's what's gonna happen because they're stuck in the So Sammy's out.
Okay, so he jumps out of the tank. Is that
Sammy
one?
knows his heavy weapons, and he sees us coming, and he's like, and we're like teetering on his building, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm out."
Okay. Okay, so he uses one. Is that a mobility roll or just an action to get out?
It takes an action. It takes
Okay.
his longer of the two actions to get
Okay.
out.
So it's a slow action to disembark, so you have a fast action to move.
Uh, Couldn't remember. I got too many things on the screen. I couldn't remember how to move the map. So is that the door right there, right?
Yes, that is the door to the building.
All right, I moved to the door.
Okay. So that's Sammy's turn. Run him over Reynolds.
Guess what he's doing? There's two out in the middle of the road. Did I open up the VMP? And I open up Mike. All right, so combat speed, we're considered on the road, so that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You just see those two IDF soldiers exchange worried looks as the thing comes speeding towards them.
All right, so 1, 2. So I push right through them, and now I go for the to actually hit them,
Okay.
and I hit them.
How much damage?
Okay. It's rear, isn't it? Rear armor. So
No, I think
4.
it's for like if you're hitting him with the front of the car. It's. I'll check that. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, the good news, the handouts are in the thing. So let's see. I don't see where vehicle comp. Oh, there it is. Let's see. I don't see anything about.
So the crit threshold's 2. Yeah, rear armor.
Okay, so how much damage is that total?
4.
Okay, do I roll hit location on these guys, or is it just the torso?
Well, you still need to roll your mobility.
Right. So this dude rolls his mobility. Oh wow. So the guy on the left, like, would the mobility means he completely dodges the attack or reduces the damage?
Correct, he dodged.
Okay, so he dives out of the road. This other dude, mobility. Wow. He dives out of the way as well. So Mike just is like honking the horn and driving through. These guys jump out of the way in the nick of time. So, is that Mike's turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
Okay, Carp is going to. Did you want Carp like manning the guns, or is he just riding in the back? Let's move all these.
Carp's going to be riding in the back since for self-preservation or carp preservation purposes.
Yeah.
Just riding him back.
Alrighty. So now, would the missile fired last turn, does it strike at the top of the round? Or would it strike on the IDF soldiers next turn?
I would guess on his turn, but I don't know if there's a ruling for it.
Well, it says in the the following round at your turn. So basically, once it's once it's the ATGM dudes next turn, he's gonna do that. So this guy is going to like the RPG guy is going to reload. Can he reload and aim in the same turn?
I don't know what speed of action reloading is.
Well, reloading is definitely a slow, but I want to know. I think aiming is. Yeah, I think he can aim and yeah. So I'll just say he can. But in action, I'll double check that. Actions. Slow and fast actions. Okay, so aim uh aim heavy weapon is, I don't see anything about aim heavy weapon, but I just see aim as uh a fast action. So yeah, reloading is a slow, aiming is a fast. So he can totally do that. So that's the RPG guy. The other guy is going to run into this building. And so that's 1 hex and 2 hex. And did Sammy run into the building or run up to the door? Tom? Oh, he's, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realize I muted. The door was closed, right?
Yeah, the door was closed.
All right. Then no, because it takes an action to
Right.
open and go
So
through.
he's currently in this room, unbeknownst. Well, actually, I would say you could potentially hear like footsteps. So I'll give you that one. And then the
And
RPG
his
guy.
door was open, right?
Yeah, his door. Well, actually, no, that's a good point. He would have to use an action to open the door. So uh, he opens the door and then he moves. So he doesn't have any actions for like Overwatch or anything like that.
Okay.
Okay, James.
Okay. Can you fire? Well, I guess I've jammed a weapon, haven't I?
Yeah, you would have to unjam the weapon or use a different weapon.
Chance of me dying. But okay, let's do it. Let's swap over to the RPK. Will the
So
RPK be able to
to what?
see behind,
Yeah,
having driven past?
yeah, you can. It's like on a pedal mount on the top. So you turn out of the RPK or out of the hull of the tank, and you turn the turret like you rotate 180. Uh, so you would have line of sight on these 3 people.
I'm guessing they're all equally shootable at. So
Yes.
if
Like these,
that
like
guy would,
yeah, this guy
sorry,
and this guy are like just getting up from avoiding getting run over. This guy is aiming an RPG at the BMP.
cool. Well, we'll take out the guy aiming the RPG then, because that seems somewhat pressing.
Okay.
And we'll try not to jam this weapon,
All right.
but no promises.
All right. Let's see how it goes.
Modifier wise, so he's standing up.
Yes.
So, but we're moving, so that's -1.
Let me open the modifiers. I think if you're turning out, you're not going to be able to aim. So that would be a -2. In addition to everything else. So let's see. Range combat. So, uh, quick shot is -2. Firing from a vehicle is -2. Uh, so you're looking at least a -4. I can't think of anything else, so I would say it's -4.
Let's
Yeah,
go minus.
full. Hopefully, you get him with a CUF. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, you could potentially suppress these 2 guys, which is good because they both
Yeah,
have anti-vehicle weapons.
I'm sure this will work fine. Let's roll.
You want to push?
Oh God. Yes.
Ooh. Oh, wait. How did you get?
Suppression.
How did you get
I
incapacitated?
got a -1 from the push.
Oh. Oh, I didn't realize that. Did you roll your crit?
You don't get a crit because it's not a bullet penetration damage.
Okay. All right. I did not realize that. Okay, so these 2 folks need to make coolness under fire, so I'll start with him. He rolls his coolness under fire. This guy with ATGM succeeds. We'll see what the RPG gunner's cuff is. He fails. So the guy with the RPG, like the bullets, he drops to the ground, like drops his RPG, twitching on the ground, freaking out, and the other guy's just staring at him like, "What the hell's your problem?" Um, all right. So James is gone. Hamid is, to my understanding, still in the Merkava. Is it a as like? Is there an action to pull somebody out of vehicles that you're getting out, or is that like GM's discretion?
I think it's a GM discretion
Okay.
kind of deal.
Uh, yeah. In that case, I will say it's probably like I'll say a fast action to like he's going to pull Farida, like Hamid's like, come on, sister, we must bail. And he pulls Farida out of the BM or the Markova, and so you guys are now like actually in this hex. And the allied insurgent is going to do nothing because he really can't. Now the missile strikes. So, I'm going to let's look for a sec. So that is a top attack. It does 10 damage, armor -2. What is the, let me see what the rear armor on this fucking thing. Rear armor is 5, so 6 damage, so that's, actually no, it will be 8 damage. Um, so let me roll penetration. Okay, so how much do I re-roll? Because it,
What are you penetrated. The
yeah,
burst, the blast is inside the tank, not outside the tank.
I didn't roll the blast. I just rolled the
Oh
component for penetration.
no! Once it gets to the ammo, it's gonna hit the ammo, guys.
Well, it depends on what he rolls, but what did you start with?
I started with passenger because the tank, the missile did, I think 8 damage. Let me check my math. So, uh, yeah, I think it did 8 because the missile does uh 10 damage, armor -2, crit 1, and it has a blast of B.
Yeah, the blast doesn't matter. There's nobody in the tank. So you're just seeing how bad you blew up the tank. So you hit it with 10 going in against your rear of 5, which degrades to 3. So you came in with 7.
And with a crit of 1, does that mean I roll 7 times?
No. Crit doesn't matter for this.
Okay. So,
Crit's only if you actually shot somebody.
okay, so what's the
So you started at 7, so the passenger doesn't take any damage. Then we move down to driver, it takes no damage. Cargo, what did they have in there for cargo?
probably just like crew weapons and stuff like that, a little
So a
miscellaneous.
point. So now we're down to 6. And then we hit ammo.
All right, and then what does the ammo uh what's that
Oh,
result?
I
Do I
gotta
roll
pull that
blast?
one. I gotta pull that one up.
It takes 2 hits. All the ammunition is lost. Excess damage continues to hit another component. And also, in addition, ammunition for heavy weapons risks exploding when hit. If the inflicted 1 point of damage, there's a 50% risk of an explosion. Roll of 4 or higher on a d6. If the attack inflicted 2 points of damage, an explosion will definitely occur. If it explodes, the blast power of the explosion is equal to the blast power of the ammunition in question, increased by 1 step. Up to a maximum of A. So this thing is going to fly.
Yeah, I would just say it's gone. It's destroyed.
Oh yeah. So
But
yeah,
I don't know. I think the blast is more internal. It's all designed to be internal more than external. I mean, if you're on top of the tank, yeah, but as long as you're out of the hex,
yeah, I would say that if you're out of the hex, you're
because
good.
what it was A, right?
The blast is A.
I mean, it's up to you, Cody. I always rolled it as internal,
Uh,
like the hex takes it, but if you want to roll.
that's a good question because I've never really done a lot with vehicles, at least in terms of like heavy vehicle combat and anti-tank stuff. So I would say so how much more damage is left? Because let me open the table because
It don't matter. You destroy the tank.
okay. Well, yeah, tank is dead. It just blasts apart like it's covered in flame and smoke. Uh, but luckily, Hamid dragged Farida out and Sammy fucking bailed. So the tank is going to the great junkyard in the sky.
Okay, yes. A, I'm right. A is the hex itself.
Okay, so
So I did it right when I
okay,
did it.
okay. So so these, so this, all right. We did the ATGM. So the ATGM hits, and as a result, this soldier here is going to aim and fire at James because he's the only person he could see. So Galil, and you are a moving target, so he does get a -2. And let me just double check what other mods. Ranged combat. Actually, no, moving target's only -1. Okay, so let's roll. Uh-oh.
Told you, don't die. Jesus.
My question, if you're turned out of a vehicle, is it just your head and arms that are exposed, or is your torso also exposed?
By the way, you've got it backwards. He was up for the 50 caliber. He's in with the P.
No, he said he
Yeah.
got up with the RPK.
Yeah, I moved to the RPK rather than unjamming.
Right, but the PRK, you had it backwards. The PRK is a C weapon, which is that's the coaxial gun. The 50 cal is up top.
Oh.
Just so you guys know.
All right.
But either way, he had to change position, so I wasn't going to argue it before. It still cost him an action to change positions, which is what you guys did.
Okay, so would the attack still hit him?
No, he's inside.
Okay, so in that case, knowing that, I guess the guy, is anybody else exposed? Like in this BMP group?
No, if the 50 is the only exposed one, no one's on the 50.
Okay. So in that case, he's going to move 2, and then, let me see. Do I have his sheet open? Yeah, I did. Let's see. He's gonna roll mobility. And he moves another 2, so it goes boop, boop. And then for his ATGM buddy, I should probably mark him as ATGM, because I actually just cloned the RPG guy. ATGM. His friend is going to reload and aim. So that is that group's turn. And now, Frida, you are currently broken.
Yep, I need a Phoenix down.
So is anybody able to to heal you? Or do you get back up on your own?
I'm out for a shift, so I'm good for 8 hours unless someone has a cleric.
Okay, so I guess
we don't have a commander, do we? Oh, we got Hamid. He beat as a commander. Does he have a command spell?
That's not
He,
critical aid.
But you got stunned. You're stunned, aren't you?
No, it was physical pushing.
he does have an empathy. He doesn't have medical aid, but he does have empathy of B.
Yeah. I
James
tried.
has empathy of A, but no medical aid.
I mean, it could be worse. I could be having Nick Riviera as my doctor.
Considering how the rolls are going, that could be an improvement, to be honest.
So do you want? Well, it's not Hamid's turn. So I guess Sammy's next.
All right, so Sammy will open the door and unload on these two.
Okay, so you open the door, so you would be firing from the hip because you used an action to open the door.
Correct.
I just imagine this big mountain of muscle just kicks down the door, cocks his Negev. It's like this is for Rafik, you Israeli motherfucks.
Yeah, pretty much. So what am I at? I'm at
You are like in terms of, are you asking your distance or modifiers?
modifiers. I'm just at a
Okay,
-2, aren't I?
yeah, you get -2 from quick shot. Uh, that's really it. You just get -2.
All right, so then I'm +1 because of machine gunner.
So it'd just be -1 then, I guess.
Yep. Are you kidding me? Oh, that wasn't. I'm pushing it now. Oh yeah, I'll take that push. And reliability, that gun drops by 1.
Well, actually, no. You take a damage. It says like the gun didn't malfunction because you didn't get like failures on the ammo. Okay, but were you shooting at the top one or the bottom one?
He can hit both.
Yeah, I'm hitting both.
Okay, so that's 2 damage each.
Oh wait, this is. I'm sorry, I'm not using a real machine gun. So, no, I'm hitting just the. I'm hitting the one.
The one above or the one at the bottom?
I don't really. They're both the same guys, right? They're just. They're not carrying the two RPG guys here. They're the same guys, right? Same
Yeah,
guns.
they're basically like just riflemen.
Yep, I know. The bottom one.
Okay, so the bottom one, so you hit him in the legs. Uh, and let's see. So roll. He doesn't have any armor on his legs. Is that ammo dice? Is that going to be extra? Actually, no, it doesn't matter. You would have killed him because of the 10. So, uh, this guy is down for the count, and because there was gunfire, I would assume the other one has to make coolness under fire. So
Oh yeah, his dude dropped in the same hex. He's got CUF.
yeah, it doesn't really phase him all that much.
All right.
So that is Sammy's turn. Run him over Reynolds.
We all know what he's about to do.
Yep.
Yeah, he just throws that thing in reverse and tries to pin him up against the building.
Oh Lord.
So this is my attack. All right, just one success.
Yep. All right, so I'm rolling their mobility for them to get out of the way. So this is ATGM. He succeeds, so he goes this hex, this well, the RPG guy, because he's suppressed, can he try to get out of the way or no?
Actually, I think I would have gotten a bonus to hit him. because he's trying to find the melee. What's the melee chart when a person's prone?
Let me let me see, because it's in let's see, vehicle combat. Or
It
no.
won't be in that. It would be the melee chart, melee modifiers. James.
Yeah, close combat modifiers, defenseless target is +3. So I would let you roll again for the defenseless guy, because
Okay.
technically the ATGM is not a defenseless target.
So it would be EB then. Oh my God. One success, Jesus Christ.
So is he able to get out of the way, or is he basically just suppressed?
Ties go to the defender in this game, doesn't it?
Well, that first mobility was the ATGM guy. I know it says RPG, but I forgot to change the token. This guy is suppressed, so I should probably mark him as suppressed.
Suppress, he still gets to dodge. And
Okay. So
it was just he's down on the ground prone while I'm
well,
running
yeah,
forward.
he's fucked.
Oh yeah, he is.
Oh Lord. Okay, so do we roll like what uh does he roll his armor or do you roll hit location?
I hit. So I run over his legs.
Wait,
Six his legs.
no, 6 his head.
Six his head. I run over his head. And he's dead. Because I critted him twice. So there's a headless dude now on the ground. Oh, at least Mike is entertaining today.
What, does Mike say anything when he does that?
No, he won't know, because if I knew, I would have to do a CUF roll, because that would be a situation where I would. If I got out and looked at it, I would probably need to CUF roll.
Well, you're not getting shot at. This seems kind of commonplace for Mike, so. But if that's what you want, then okay. So Mike just crushes a guy's skull with a fucking. Holy shit! Okay, it's Carp's turn. Okay, so James, because you are in the vehicle with Carp, I'll let you kind of call the shots on what he does.
I'm just so scared of him being killed. That seems incredibly boring. In fact, if he unjamming the 50 would probably be
Yeah,
exposing.
he's got intelligence B, tech of D, so he could theoretically fix it. Mike is the mechanic, but Carp is not like, the worst.
If he tries to unjam it, will he be exposed outside the vehicle while doing so?
Yes.
Yes. Anything with the 50 caliber, if you get up to shoot the 50 caliber, you would be up above.
Yeah. He could fire the auto loader.
Like fire the autocannon?
Fire the autocannon. Yeah, you know what? Carp's gonna fire the autocannon.
Okay.
And just to clarify, to clear a jam is a ranged combat roll, or heavy for this choice.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, well, Carp, his intelligence and tech and agility and range combat, they're both the same. There's a B and a D, so it doesn't really matter either way. But yeah. So Carp is going to fire heavy weapons for the BMP. So that would be agility in heavy weapons or strength in heavy weapons.
Wait, where's the gun located? On the vehicle, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the
It's
main.
agility.
Okay, so so he doesn't have heavy weapons. So I'm just going to roll his agility. And say that's a. Let me look at his modifiers. Heavy weapons. Firing at an individual is -2. So that alone doesn't really set him up for success. So he's going to just fire one shot and fucking fail. So, all right. So yeah, Carp, doesn't he doesn't hit. So next, this RPG guy is dead, and his squad mate down here is dead, courtesy of Sammy. So they skip. James, it is your turn, and I would it's an uncommon thing for me to do, but I would highly recommend you attack this guy because he has a loaded ATGM.
I mean,
Okay.
that's obviously the sensible thing. We're going to attack the guy with the loaded ADGM and hope to do slightly better than we have been doing with everything else we've tried. Eventually, something will go right, and we won't get a tank stuck in a wall. So, firing the RPK as James. Modifiers. Have we moved? I don't think we have.
Mike did. He ran over this guy.
Oh, of course, yeah. Am I -4 again, man? Or -3 because I get to aim this time, so I'm not swapping. So -3. Push it.
Oh my
We
god.
tried. We tried.
Do you wish to have someone switch with Reynolds for the next two?
Isn't that the kind of thing you have to call at the beginning of the round, or?
No, it's per soldier.
Okay. Because, yeah, the allied insurgent is just riding in the back. You could have him switch with Mike.
Mike already
I
went
think
this
we're
round.
going to need that clutch,
No, we didn't. We're on round 3.
driving roll.
Oh, we're on round 3?
Yeah. So Mike could switch with him, with the insurgent.
Oh, it's Mike's turn now.
No, it's James just went. Next would be Hamid, and then after that is the allied insurgent that's riding in the back. I'm just saying that you could switch with the allied insurgent if you want to run over the ATGM guy.
I think we're all in agreement, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mike switches with the insurgent. And that's James's turn. So Hamid, would I mean, just out of like a meta thing, would you want Hamid to try to heal Farida because he's got an empathy of A and a medical, or no, that's Carp. Hamid has a medical empathy of B and
Actually, switch us back.
okay.
The reason is they're not in line of sight. We can't switch when we're not in line of sight.
Oh, okay, cool.
So there's a building between us, so we could
no,
switch with anybody in the BMP.
no. Here's the thing: Mike is in the BMP, and the allied insurgent is in the BMP as well.
Oh, okay. I
So
thought we switched with Hamid.
yeah,
Sorry.
no, you didn't switch with Hamid.
Oh,
You
no,
switched
it's
with
good.
his henchman. So okay, so but Hamid, his turn. He basically has an empathy at B, so it's up to you if you want him to try to heal you.
I mean, there's also another guy that's still alive, and depends. Sammy, you need that help?
I would like to switch with Hamid.
Okay. So you swap with Hamid. So it's now your turn.
Because then I'll get to shoot this other guy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
mark the tank as dead. Disguise. Are you aiming this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you gonna scream at the top of your lungs as you unload on this guy?
Die, you Israeli bastard.
Holy
That's
shit.
definitely a crit as he gets fucking ramboed.
Alright. Yeah, you see bullets just like penetrating him even with his armor. He's just like shaking around, and then when the barrage of gunfire stops, he just flops over to the ground. His rifle like bangs as it hits, like sort of shakes as it hits the ground. So that guy is most sincerely dead. So that's Sammy's turn. Mike, run him over Reynolds.
Hey, Cody, just so you know, when you push a roll and you use an item, and you the damage goes to the item, not you.
Oh, well, it said damage stress, so I assumed it was like before where it affects the person.
Yeah, no, they added that from beta to the new book. Was
Mm.
when using gear and you're using strength or agility, the damage from the pushing affects the item.
Okay. Right. Alright. So, it's Mike's turn. I should mention the
Um,
BMP is like right here over this corpse.
yeah, so I will just swing us around and try to baseball bat him across the room. I'm going to get you, you bastard. Third time's is a charm. Oh, maybe it won't.
Oh!
Oh,
Clutch roll.
that's a hit.
Okay. How much
Come on,
damage?
dude. You could. Well, you
Yeah.
gotta fail. And I fail.
You
And he
failed.
fails. So he takes 4
Torso.
in the torso. 4 in the torso. 2 is a crit.
2 is a crit. Though he does. Okay, so he has armor of rating of 1, so I take it the crit still goes through.
Yep.
Alright. Lucky fucking move, because he is now dead. Just as well, because next turn would have been his.
Mike yells up, "Don't worry, guys, I got this." You just keep shooting.
Ah,
Makes us look good.
okay, so this round of combat ends. So for the moment, the dust has settled. So what do you do now?
Sammy's gonna come over here and yell for the BMP. We need a doc over here.
All right, so Carp, because he's the medic, he bails out and he runs over to Frida. He's like running as fast as his fat Russian ass can.
He's holding shifts.
Yeah, yeah, he's eating potato chips as he's running. And then instead of throwing the chips away, he doesn't want to waste, so he just sets the bag on the ground to heal. He's like, I've got you, comrade. So let's see. He's got combat medic, which what does that do? Oh, he doesn't have a description. I think it gives a +1 to just healing crits.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so he's going to get a +1. Oh, nice.
I'm back. Yeah. Sorry. The tank came and the tank left. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the tank is well, the building's probably on fire now.
We probably want to leave because being near a building fire is probably not good. So back to the BMP.
Get back to the BMP.
So yeah, Carp picks up his chips and starts running again.
James, you're gonna give up the gunner spot again?
James should not be allowed near firearms in general in a war. Whether part of a vehicle, not part of a vehicle, just yeah. We'll give up the gunner spot.
You need a real. We'll give you the actual commander spot, so you just bark orders at people.
Sounds good.
Don't have
He'll
just
shout
a gun.
onwards or forwards or some synonym of those.
Onwards and ever onwards.
So, you start driving, and I didn't model it here, but there would actually, like, you would see a ramp to board a cargo freighter. As that's going, I'll just add a fucking light source to the scene. Yeah, as that's going on, yeah, you start seeing, dun dun dun, approaching. So. So now the time comes to either, like, get aboard the ship or go down in a blaze of glory.
Maybe for getting aboard the ship? Just a suggestion.
Oh, I see the tank.
So are you going to just flee and get on the ship, or are you going to fire at it?
That's actually Sammy's choice. We'll see.
I'm making sure. All right, we got one more round of. We got one more missile on our gun, so I will fire that.
Okay.
Is it a friendly ship or a enemy ship?
It looks just to be like a civilian cargo freighter.
And this is a ship we're supposed to drop carp at?
It was never specified what ship, as your goal was just to find transport out of Syria. So this is basically your best bet to get out.
Think we should get on the ship and then politely threaten them to leave immediately. And if the tank shoots at the ship, we'll just not dwell on that situation.
I mean, we got a missile. I think that's convincing enough. What do you think, Sammy?
Yep, I agree.
All right, fire that missile.
Sorry, I had to fix the ammo on that.
So, we're gonna put. I'm a bit confused. So, we're firing a missile at the ship or the
At the tank.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, fixed the wrong gun. Ammo. All right, modifiers.
Let me look. For for heavy weapons, you're firing at a moving target, but there are no, like, you're still within range, like of short range for the weapon. So yeah, just moving target, but if you have anything that cancels it out.
It's just a -1, right? Or is
Yeah,
it a
it's just
-2?
-1. It's just -1.
So I'll just straight roll then.
Okay.
I forget the ammo dice. Ignore that.
I think, well, it's a single shot, so it doesn't matter. So you hit it. Ooh.
Damn, I just missed that double hit. All right, so it is 10 damage base. I push it to 11. That's
Do
a
you
good
roll
question.
direction for what side you hit it on?
My guess would be I don't know how this rocket works. If it's from top or
It's a wire guided.
okay, so then I'm hitting the front.
Okay, so the front armor.
Because I'm guessing he's coming at me, right?
Yeah.
Unless is like when we go over the ramp and all, do I ever get an opportunity to hit it in its side?
Uh,
Because I wouldn't want to fire in the front because I know it's not gonna do anything in the front arc.
yeah. I'll also draw the. Oops, that's wrong tool. I'll just draw the ramp like here. Like that orange rectangle. Um, so yeah, you could be like, you could turn and fire and then start running up the ramp.
I'm not gonna fire unless I get a side shot because I
Oh,
know it's useless to shoot the front.
okay. Well, actually, if it's, does that thing subtract armor?
-1.
-1. Okay, so I mean, it would still do some damage, but not much.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll do it anyway.
Yeah.
So it'll come in so 11 damage, -1 armor.
Okay. So the Merc.
Just
So
the
yeah.
blast one.
What about blast?
Yeah, let me get this on.
All right. So
Sorry.
it
Yeah, because the
penetrates.
blast will work in there.
All right. So it penetrates. So let me roll its crit. Penetration. Okay, and what about the blast? What's the blast on that thing?
Well, I went in with what, 3?
You did what?
I penetrated with 3 damage, right?
Uh, yeah.
All right, so 1 point goes through cargo,
And then
and
I
then it
roll.
moves to ammo, which is
Oh.
pretty much what I did to you guys. So
Oh
2
shit!
points
All the
going to
ammunition
ammo.
explodes because it's 2 damage going through.
Yeah. Yeah, you take this tank out.
Jesus. Then
The
we made
lucky penetration hit. You hit the ammunition. You got 500 silver alliance, Sammy.
So the BMP is all reliable. I'm just saying, you betrayed the BMP, tank immediately got stuck in a building. Embrace the BMP. Do whatever you want. It's a great
Well,
time.
Well, to be honest,
that was our
BMP
last
has pumped
rocket.
above its weight.
Now we can't fight tanks, but hopefully we're leaving this thing anyway, so it don't matter. So
I
we
bet.
used the last rocket.
Why do I have a feeling that Mike, as you guys are sailing off, he's going to be like staring at the BMP and all the blood stain on it with tears in his eyes?
Dude, you should have it like a head stuck in the track somewhere.
No, the BMP stops moving because the head got jammed.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, unless this was like some sort of occult ritual that Mike needed to splatter the BMP in so much blood to turn it into to release the demon contained within.
Okay. So you all board the ship?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you start as you're turning, you start seeing more IDF troops approaching. Bullets race around you as you scramble aboard the cargo freighter. And I'm imagining that some of you, like, I mean, narratively fend off the IDF until somebody gets in the bridge and gets the ship going.
Oh, there's no crew in the ship?
No, it's empty, but you can still drive it.
Push the lever, but
Is the kid gonna
looks like
go
it says
drive
go
the
in
ship?
right language.
I'm probably going to be like sniper shooting right now. So
Alright.
let's see if Mike Ramham Reynolds can occur.
Oh, okay. So you want Mike to go do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get that going.
Okay. Oh Christ, this is gonna be fun. So, what do you want, a driving roll?
Yeah, it's just a flat driving roll, but if he gets any positive.
Well, he takes
So the ship,
hopefully the ship isn't too bad.
yeah, no, the ship is it's seaworthy. So it starts going, and you start sailing away from Wusad and out into open water. At long last, you're home free. You're now en route to Turkey, unless anybody has any other plans. So I feel like this is a good point to discuss like epilogue stuff for what each character does.
I like to imagine James finds a musical instrument on board and finally uses his musician role to raise spirits on the trip across whatever the body of water is called that I've forgotten
The Mediterranean.
between Wusad and Turkey.
All right. So what about Farida?
I guess it's going to be great. We'll be singing some British sea shanties, aren't we?
Teach all the national anthem on loop.
The national anthem. Okay. Rule the British Grenadiers. Are we going those patriotic routes?
They're the only ones that have survived in the ongoing 40-year-long Cold War. So yeah, that's the only entertainment.
Nice.
So what do you do like post uh journey, I guess? Like do you stay in Turkey or
I guess James will say that he's going to continue his journey across. I guess the boat's seaworthy. He might even suggest trying to sail over to Italy or maybe France, try to get back over to England. Anyone's welcome to join him. He probably doesn't survive, considering his luck, if no one does come with him.
Don't worry. Let's go to Spain.
so what about Sammy?
So Sammy collects him and his buddy's fee, and talks to Hamid and his friend and says, "Hey, why don't we start our own merc company here, and we can make some money." So they're going to start a merc company and do business with the same contact, doing runs with him.
Nice.
Now Mike
I was
decides that he thinks he wants to head home, and he's working his way there, but he's gotten bored not being able to run over people. So he decides to head back and find Sammy and join his merc unit because he can continue running over people.
Oh god.
What's the name of the Merc company?
That's a good question.
Oh my god, that's like the most important question of all. Like, Jesus.
Blackwater.
I hate coming up with names.
Campaign.
What?
Spartans. I always look for names from books.
Missed opportunity to name it after like a Blackwater parody.
And the reason I like Spartans is it's a small unit, but it can take big units down.
Yep. Well, anyways, that is Road to Wusad. That was great. Very hilarious campaign. I hope you guys had a good time through the months that we played this.
Yep.
So utterly fucking hilarious with like Mike being turned into this like roadkill obsessed maniac.
You can thank my home group because that's pretty much what they do. They have 4 vehicles and they just go and run people over.
Yeah, I've learned an important lesson about
ramming rules are usually very effective. I remember my World of Darkness players in their Hunter games always took down like werewolves and such by having a van ready to just ram it.
If I ever run Twilight, petrol's just not going to be. There's just no fuel. None of the vehicles work. Sorry, guys. We'll have to actually use guns to kill people, like the good old days.
I really want to.
Unless you want to do Mad Max Twilight, then the vehicles everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
they got like 2 pickup trucks, a BMP, and some old anti-tank vehicle from like World War II kind of half-track thing.
But yeah, I mean, I want to thank Ramba and Tom for you guys for sticking around since session 1 because most of the original party had bailed, and for Drakelstein/Sebastian, thank you so much for joining us and allowing this game to continue.
Yeah, I had fun.
Yeah, and
Yeah, great fun. Thank you for letting me join.
yeah, sure thing. And as I said, I mean, at some point in the future, I mean, no pun intended, I'm going to be running another Twilight 2000 game, but like I actually need time to, number one, catch my breath, and number two, create content for it. But I would run it this same sort of time format, and then you guys would be my first picks if you're still interested.
Yeah, just let me know when.
All right, cool.
Yeah, 100%.